I'm just doing a quick video on setting the valve clearances, or lack of clearances it may be, for hydraulic tappets on a 1.9 water-cooled engine for a T25 or Vanagon. Now, I covered this in a video last year on the air-cooled version, on my other T25, and pretty much the setup is the same. It's the same procedure, but I'm going to do a really quick one on this, just to show you any slight differences. Want to get it up to top dead center, so it has to be top dead center on the compression stroke. So first of all, your dizzy, your rotor there will be pointing to the notch on the body of the dizzy, which is just there, look. Your pulley, the big notch on the outside there, should be in line with the center of the case split, so where the two halves meet, it should be bang in the center. And it's hard to show you, but if you pull spark plug number 1, pop a screwdriver in there. I've lost my favourite screwdriver for doing this, but never mind. And when you turn the engine back and forth, you basically want the screwdriver to be at the highest point, so the point where the piston's pushing it out and stops. So you can see this, it moves, and the point where it stops and goes back in again is where you are. And if you go back to your marks and just check, you should be at top dead centre on the compression stroke. Before I could do that, I had to remove the air filter, which I'm not going to show you how to do because it's super simple, and if you're doing this, the chances are you've got more than enough skill to do that. You'll also have to remove these preheater pipes because they get in the way of the rocker down there, and pop your rocker cover off. When your cover's off, you need a 15mm spanner, loosen the lock nuts. Let's do this without getting my hand in the way. So once your lock nuts and your screws are loose, you want to tighten the screws back in if you can by hand. Now, previously I did it with a screwdriver, but to most of our fans since then it's just easy to do by hand. So if they're free, you just turn them back in to the point where they bite, so it won't screw in anymore, and you've got no clearance at that point. So the screws got no clearance there. Half, 1, 1.5, 2. Half, 1, 1.5, 2. Screws are set, so we can tighten our lock nuts down. So you ideally want to kind of hold the screws steady with the screwdriver at the same time, stop them turning. Right, let's give them a good old nip. Move on to number 2. So we've done number 1 at the back there. Now if you're following any kind of guide, they basically say turn your engine half a turn clockwise and then follow the firing sequence. So we've done number 1 first at top dead centre, half a turn clockwise, number 4, half a turn clockwise, number 3, half a turn clockwise, and number 2. However, it's actually easier to do it the wrong way around. So we've done number 1. I'm going to turn my engine half a turn anti-clockwise, so the wrong way, and then I basically can go straight to number 2. Half a turn anti-clockwise, go straight to number 3 at the back, and half a turn anti-clockwise, and do number 4. And the advantage of that is you can basically work on the engine side to side. So I'm going to do 1 and 2, close it all up and get it all back together again, and then go across to the other side. Now to get it half a turn, I've put a little white line on my pulley wheel that's 180 degrees to the top dead centre notch, the big one on the outside. So it gives me a a way of quickly getting it 180 and more or less there, but I would still recommend you pull a plug, pop a screwdriver in and make sure you're at the compression high point, just to make sure you are where you need to be. Also, taking the plugs out gives you the chance to check the plugs out and make sure everything's okay there as well, to give them an inspection. And basically carry on the same procedure with the tappets. Hope that helps, guys. Take care. Bye bye.